Right, so it's a week on from our fabulous win at Santa Pod Raceway, where we took home the event win and the championship. And of course, we ran a PB in the quarterfinals. Of 11:46 at 121 miles an hour. That's a PB for speed and a PB for ET with the Don, all while still on wastegate. Now, a lot of questions that I get in the 20 valve forums is how much power does the car make? And the answer always is, I have no idea. It was originally on the dyno at street races with the KO4. It made 351 horsepower, which was pretty decent for a KO4. Of course, we had that GP Turbos hybrid KO4 on there. It was maxed out, that we couldn't really get any more power out of it. Apart from being a stock engine with a couple of small upgrades, we made it breathe better, flow better with the exhaust. We had the ADR cams, I believe it is, the normally aspirated cams. But other than that, it's pretty much a stock engine. So with tubular manifold and of course that hybrid turbo from GP Turbos. Did us fabulously, a season and a bit, and it was a door slammers this year when Grant come up to me and he was like, I can't believe that turbo is still going. He was like, we are stretching that out and we are pushing it to its limits. And yes, we were. That was the whole idea, but it was super consistent. If you remember back to the start of the season, we won round one with it. We would have run round two with it had I not missed that gear against Mr. Hodgson in the finals. I was well out in front. I had that race. If I didn't miss that third gear, we wouldn't have lost that race, but we did. Then we went to the main event, and that was our last run with the KO4 hybrid, because when we did main event and comp eliminator, I had two runs where I launched the car. The two-step was perfectly fine. As soon as I launched, it completely fell off all boost and was flat, and then we went going. So at that point we were like, there's got to be something wrong with this turbo. And obviously that was like 4 days after Grant had said to us and jinxed it. Thanks, Grant. He said, I can't believe that KO4 is still running. So we were at like I think it was like 20 psi, something like that. She was stretched to get that 351 horsepower. So after that, of course, we put the Pulsar G30 770 on there that we got from J Marku Racing. John very kindly messaged me like days after the video went out saying that the turbo was broke, and he was like, time for an upgrade, I think. And I was like, yeah, if something's going to break, we're not generally going to replace it with something the same unless it's, I don't know, with it staying with that setup. But the turbo obviously was at the end of its potential, and going to the G30 770 just meant that we could run it at the same power, a lot less stressed, but also just run it a lot safer, which is what we've done for the rest of the season. So we converted the car to run the new tubular manifold, the Tiles 60mm wastegate, again basically just robbing stuff off the dragster. Then we put the Pulsar turbo on it, and we ran it on wastegate, which is 0.9 bar. What's that, about 11, 12 psi, something like that. So pretty good. We ran that for the rest of the season. Then we did the last two runs of the year, the last two races of the year, going first, second, fourth, just because I had that issue with going into third, which turns out was the dog bone mount, which then we fixed into the finals. And that's why when I had a spare run, I went for the 1, 2, 3, 4 run, got a PB, yay. So the question is, how much power is the car making? So let's go through it again, shall we? We have got a 1.8 20 valve turbo BAM edition, so you're forged in the the mountain of Mordor. We know those pistons are good. We've got RTMG performance con rods inside. We've got ARP head bolts. Pistons are stock. BAM, Mount Mordor, remember, they last. They'll do over 600 horsepower. We've got coated race bearings in there. We stock valve train. The head is completely stock apart from those ADR cams. the SPA or SPA Brazilian inlet manifold, which is a large port inlet manifold that goes to a small port head. We haven't actually done the conversion yet. If you've seen the other videos, again, click link, plenty of links in here, all the videos that we've done. So at the moment we have got no transition plate from a large port inlet manifold to a small port head. It's just literally just a bigger gasket straight in, so that needs to be smoothed. Over the winter we will be getting a cylinder head for our TMG Performance, but for the moment it is as it is. We got 2150 cc injectors, an Aeromotive A1000 fuel pump. Those injectors are running at 30%, so barely being used, and of course exhaust straight out the bonnet. Can't think of anything else that you really could need to know. But there you go. Do your maths. Let me know how much horsepower you think the car is making. Now bear in mind, like we said, the KO4 on exactly the same setup was making 351 horsepower at around about 20 psi. We're now at around about 11-12 psi. How much horsepower do you think we're going to make? We're going to street races this week, so as usual, drop your answer in the comments how much power you think the car will be making, and we shall send out a t-shirt to whoever's closest in the comments. You have until the next video goes live, and then when the results video comes up, whoever's closest gets a free European front wheel drive t-shirt. That's all I ask of you. Of course, do the like, do the subscribe of the channel. I would love that. We're going into winter. We've got the modifications coming onto the car, so I could really do with any of the help there. And of course, comment in the boxes below. Let me know how much horsepower you think the car would make, and I'll send a t-shirt to the closest. Good luck, everyone, and good luck to us on the dyno. Not that we're stretching it out, because it's a pretty safe tune. It's going to be fun. Let's go to street races, shall we? Leicestershire bound.